The Chicago Blackhawks took Game 1 and the first lead of the Stanley Cup Final, and right now I'm joined with SBR's expert analyst Dave Golikoff to break down the early lines for Game 2 and give his early pick. Now, Dave, even though the Blackhawks won last night, they are still the underdogs on the opening lines and in the books for tomorrow's game. Can you make some sense of these opening lines and give us some insight on how you think they might move before game time?
Yeah, the lines from game to game in these series are all going to be very similar in terms of as long as the venue doesn't change, the lines will be very close from game to game. So something drastic has to happen, i.e. an injury or something really wild for the lines to be really, really different from game to game. So we saw Tampa Bay open in the minus 130, minus 135 range is, I think, where they close for Game 1. That's where they're going to be for Game 2 in terms of the opening line. It's not really that bizarre. You can make a case for both sides. I could see this line really moving either way, but the opening line is going to be pretty much where the opening line was for game number 1.
All right then, Dave. Total line, puck line, or money line, what's our best bet for Game 2?
I like the under in this one, and I think the side is a difficult one to pick. We talked about the strategy going into games 1 and 2, and that was bet the Blackhawks. If they win one of the first 2 games, then we're happy. So they already took care of business for us. I don't know that they win game 2. I actually wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. If they did, but I think it goes either way. This has got to be Tampa Bay's best effort, because if they lose this, it's over. So overall, I think we're going to look at an under. I like the way the goaltenders played in Game 1, and I really think that that's going to be what dictates the pace in Game 2. There was not as many offensive opportunities as I thought we would see in Game 1. I think Game 2, it's kind of similar. These teams are still feeling each other out a little bit. Tampa Bay knows they can't make too many mistakes, I think that we're going to see another low-scoring affair, and we'll get an under.
Once again, expert handicapper Dave Golikoff with your top free selection on the total for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final going down in Tampa Bay tomorrow night. Take the under and let us know if you see a line you like better for the game. Give us a shout out in the comments below, and maybe we'll feature you on the next show. And keep it locked right here with us for the best predictions and betting breakdowns for the Stanley Cup Final, only here with us at Sportsbook Review.